What we really did was did many years of market research to really look to see if there was a market for in the 21st century for good sea salts from Cornwall. And we found that there was a fantastic appetite from the chef world, from the retail world for this product. So we spent 4 years researching in a sort of quite geeky analytical way a really good process of making sea salt. So most people traditionally, they just take seawater and boil off the water, and that leaves you with whatever's dissolved in the water, whatever's in the water dissolved in salt. What we wanted to do was create the best quality product. So we came up with a design which has not been tried anywhere else. It's something which we spent years breaking and destroying initially to create these fantastic salt crystals. Now, when people come and see and visit the salt plant, they see these crystals floating all over the brine. But I always say to people, in a sense, ignore the crystals. Actually, it's the liquid that's in there which is special. And that's full of 60 to 70 different sorts of minerals out there, which are not only essential for health, but they're also so important for flavour. And really creating salt crystals which are able to capture those minerals and allow them to laminate. We talk about this lamination of minerals out to the crystals is important, because that makes a big difference to flavour. And we've got, in our range, we produce 2 different sea salts currently, which is the crystals, which are the original product, which is a product which it's really minerally rich, has a fantastic flavour. The way this is crystallised is quite different to the other product we produce, but it's a product which is, again, capturing those minerals. And if you look through it, you can see all these different shapes and sizes in there. But the flavour, the mineral flavour, so the interaction between the magnesium and the calcium and the sodium makes a big difference to flavour. And then we move on to Flake. And the Flake product we developed in 2012. And that was on the back of really looking to find, we started with the idea of creating healthy sea salts. So lower in sodium, higher in other minerals, higher flavour intensity. It's always the thing of less salt, more flavour. So that so you can add less and you get more from it. And really with the Flake products we'd seen out in the marketplace texturally were really interesting and chefs really used them, but they just lacked that flavour which the original product had, these crystal products had for us. And it didn't have that richness, the real sea minerals. So I spent sort of 12 months sort of in the garage playing around with different techniques, really how to influence the brine to allow flakes to grow on the surface and yet still keep the minerals within the brine. When I was talking to one particular, some salt experts who were saying you either have pretty salt or you have tasty salt, and I could never really accept that. I wanted pretty tasty salt, and they said no, it doesn't have to. You either have pretty salt or tasty salt. So what I set out to do was to prove them wrong, which is what we did really with the Flake product, which is the texturally is very light and delicate, and what you have is effectively a sodium chloride crystal, but it's been grown on the surface of the tank. So it has very little density but large surface area. Now that surface area is perfect for capturing those minerals which are still in the brine. So things like the magnesium, potassium, calcium, and this whole pepper, boron, iodine, all these different pieces in there, which are so important to flavour and health. The sea is a really important thing. The minerals within the sea exactly match the minerals within our bodies. So if we can capture that into a salt, not only does it taste good, but also makes a difference to our own well-being.